What is going on, everybody? So today I wanted to introduce the new car. So I've been talking about this in the past two videos, and like I said in the past two videos, I just decided it was time to get a new car. The Jetta just, wasn't really working for me anymore, and I had the opportunity to buy a new car, so I went ahead, found one that I liked, went to the dealerships, talked to the guys, and I ended up buying it. So the car's actually behind me. I don't know if you guys noticed in the past few videos, but I've actually dropped a few hints about what the new car was. It was on the background of one of my monitors. I believe it was in the background of one of the other videos. So, I mean, if you couldn't tell already from the background of either one of those, if you want to check it out and take a guess, go ahead and check those out. Leave it down in the comments and take a guess. But if you want to just know what the new car is, just continue watching, and I'm going to tell you right now. So the car that I ended up going with is a 2017 Hyundai Elantra Sport. Right now it's in the garage because it's really bright outside, and I didn't want to open the garage because then you wouldn't be able to see it in the light, but I will get it outside and I'll get a full shot for you guys. But I've been looking at cars for a really long time, and I just decided it was time to buy a new one. And I was looking at the 2017 SI, just getting a regular Civic Hatch Sport. I was looking at a few other cars, going back and forth, maybe getting another Volkswagen, but nothing really did it for me as good as this car for a lot of reasons, and I'm going to tell you all the reasons why I bought it, and the cars I looked at, and why I decided to choose this one, and the things that I love about it. So let's go for a drive, and tell you guys everything about it. Alright guys, this is my first time ever recording in the car, so I don't know how good / bad it's going to turn out. Definitely not using the best camera. It's a point and shoot sitting on my dash, so we'll figure it out. But anyways, I wanted to talk a little bit about the car. So this car I've had for actually a little while now. I got it back in July, the very beginning of July, and I've been driving it around for just under 4,400 miles. So that may sound like a lot. I was driving a lot. I had a job that had me drive. It was about 80 miles every day, and that definitely put a lot of miles on the car. So I quit that job very quick, mostly because it was something that I wasn't really interested in doing anyways. So I just kind of decided that I didn't want to do it, plus it saved all the miles on the car, so that was definitely a plus. Anyways, so there's a lot of things that I love about this car. First of all, it's very easy to drive. Since it is my daily, it's nice to have something easy to drive. The clutch is not very stiff, although it is stiffer than the gas pedal, which is definitely a good thing, because some of the new cars you get in, the clutch is lighter than the gas pedal, and it's like ridiculous. But the clutch is definitely a little bit stiffer than the gas pedal, which is nice. The transmission is very nice. It's notchy, so you know what gear you're going into, but it's smooth enough to where the shifts every time you row, it's just really nice, and it's a good feel. There's a few things that I definitely want to do. I know the feel could be improved. There's some shifter bushings online that I'd like to get, maybe some cable bushings. I think they're coming out with some short shifters, but that's definitely in another video. The actual car itself drives really well. The road noise isn't all that bad. There's definitely a decent amount of road noise, but it's not something so ridiculous that I just can't deal with it whatsoever. So it's nice, especially having the low profile tires. I mean, you're definitely gonna get some road noise, but it's not too bad. The tires on this car from the factory are 225/40/18s. They're Hankook Ventus S1 Nobles. Definitely not the best tire out there. They're a little grippy, but they're not like entry level, like economy tires, but they're also not like performance tires whatsoever. So whenever these guys wear out, or if I feel like I need better tires, I'll definitely put some better tires on there. The steering feel is pretty good. It's tight enough, it's really responsive. If I move the wheel back and forth a little bit, the body roll's not too bad, and the steering is pretty direct, I think, for myself. Definitely feel like it's a little bit better than the Volkswagen for sure. The interior of this car, I think the interior of this car is fairly gorgeous. I mean, the carbon fiber trim is not real, but what do you expect out of a $22,000, $23,000 car? The trim goes all the way back, so you got it around the dash in the front, all the way back through the doors. You have the red stitching on all the seats, even the back seats, and the steering wheel. That's a very, very nice feature. And nothing feels like overly cheap. I mean, of course, it's a $23,000 car, things are going to be cheap, but it doesn't feel ridiculously cheap to me. It just feels nice. The seats are very comfortable. I sat in this car for 3 hours, a 3-hour road trip at one point, and me and my friends, we were all chilling in the car. We didn't have to get out once, just 3 hours all the way down the road. None of us got out and said our butts were tired or anything. It was just very comfortable ride, and the car just went all the way down, no problems, no issues whatsoever. Not many people talk about gas mileage, but I like to talk about gas mileage because when you buy a daily, you want to get decent gas mileage. The mileage meter on this car, depending on the drive, for me will read anywhere from 33 to 41 miles to the gallon on the highway, and in town it's anywhere from about 20 to 28. It's a very big difference in the car. Going downhills, this car gets great gas mileage. Going uphills, it definitely doesn't get any. You've got to put some throttle into it. It just depends on how you drive. If you drive really, really light, you can get some good gas mileage, but that's why the ranges are so far different. Because even just the slightest extra touch of the throttle, the car is definitely not going to be quite as good on the mileage for sure. The exterior looks, I think this car looks fantastic from the outside. Everybody always comments, they look at the car and they're like, wow, that's an Elantra? Like, I didn't expect that out of Hyundai. I'm also in a group of people, like a Facebook group, and we all love our cars. Everybody thinks, even if it's not the sport model, the car just looks great. I mean, the sport model's got the different front bumper, the different rear bumper. It's got the whole body kit with the side skirts and everything, and I just think it's a great looking car. It's kind of a perfect daily. This car does share an engine with the Veloster Turbo. There is a few differences. I know for a fact that the turbo in this car is smaller than the one in the Veloster Turbo, and I believe it's a single scroll instead of a twin scroll. That being said, the car does make the same power on, I believe, relatively similar numbers of boost, which means that there is a lot of tunability in the engine. There's a few companies that have released tunes for the car already. The torque numbers are astronomically high. It's pretty great, but the horsepower numbers definitely, once you get to the top end, short shifting is going to be a thing in this car because the torque is so good, but once you get up high, you're going to be missing that extra power. Company BTR just came out with a tune for this car a few days ago, I believe. They posted on their website, and they're getting 210 horsepower out of a tune at the wheels and 313 pound-feet of torque, which is a ridiculous difference in the power band. But that's because of the tiny turbo. It's able to spool really quickly and really set off the torque, and that torque is available even from the factory from 1500 RPMs all the way up into the mid 4000s, so it's just amazing. And keep in mind the BTR was with a stock car, so they were able to achieve a 30 horsepower gain and about 120 wheel torque gain from a stock car, which is amazing. That was in the manual transmission. The dual clutch that's available in this car was a similar number, but not quite the exact same. So a few things, other things about this car. I'm definitely a car person. This car, when I bought it, brand new from the factory, of course it was stock, but since I haven't been making YouTube videos, I wasn't covering everything I was doing to the car. This car is definitely modified. It's not full bolt-ons, but it's about halfway there. We've got intake, exhaust, we have catch cans, we have a front lip kit on the front of the car. Doesn't really count as a bolt-on or any type of mod, but I have a full stereo system in the car. The intake that I have doesn't have the bypass valve insert or little thing on it, so it's got a bypass valve and a blow-off valve modification, I guess you can call it, and that's about it. So we're getting close to full bolt-ons, and the car definitely makes... Oh, and it has an intercooler resonator delete, if you guys have ever heard about that for these engines. There's a little resonator inside the hot side for the intercooler piping, which It's supposed to tone down the spool of the turbo a little bit. I don't know, I guess it was good for about a good 8 wheel horsepower, $20 mod, so why not? I definitely feel like it made the car just a teeny bit louder on the spool side of the turbo, and I definitely could feel a very, very small power difference. I mean, it could just be, you know, a fake number on the butt dyno, but, you know, power is power. So that's all we have modification-wise on the car, but like I said, we are definitely getting there power-wise. The car definitely feels like it has a good amount of power. I feel like it comes on very strong very quickly, and it just holds itself. After the tune, it'll come on really strong really quickly, and it might not hold itself quite as well because of the fact the turbo is so small, but there's that. So overall, this car is just amazing. I love the way it drives. I love the car. I love the looks. Everything about it is just great, especially for the price. It's not a very expensive car, and I feel like you get a lot of bang for your buck out of this car. I will do my best to cover the things that I love about this car in another video, and the things that I really wish Hyundai would have taken into account when they actually sold the car, vehicle virgin style. And so I will do my best to review the car, let you guys know how I feel about this car that I purchased. Hopefully my camera doesn't fall over right now. Oh, it just did, very bumpy road. Here we go. So yeah, I'm going to do my best to cover that in another video, but I just wanted to share with you guys the new car. Definitely will include some glamour shots of the car. I'll try and get some nice shots of the interior and the exterior, and maybe make a little bit of an edit at the end of the video, and I'll try and include some stuff, as you guys probably already saw on the parts where I was talking about specific parts of the car. I just wanted to say I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks again for watching the video. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if it's your first time on the channel, and I will be back with another video. We got some good stuff going on with the channel, so definitely hit that subscribe button. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.